Hello everyone, I would like to make a short video of my helicopter collective that I got the great idea from a YouTuber named Fred from Conflict Gaming Group. I will put a link to his video that I watched and inspired me to make this in the description for those who are interested. My main point of making this video was just to show this setup and thank Fred for his awesome design, and it has really made my helicopter piloting in Arma so much more enjoyable and more immersive. I did make a few subtle changes to Fred's design, very minor, just personal, made it a little bit more robust in my opinion, but I'm just going to explain that. So this is a SciTech quadrant, which can be purchased on Amazon. I believe it was 60 bucks or so. Originally comes with 3 levers. Again, for my purposes, I only used 2 levers. So I really wish I'd made a video when I was constructing it to make it a little clearer. But so what I did was I went to the plumbing section of, your local Home Depot or Lowe's, and I got an 1.5-inch rubber cap, end cap. You can't see it really well now because it's covered with electrical tape, just to make it feel better. But got the 1.5-inch end cap, and I placed, let me see if I can get this off here. Imagine that there was 2 here sticking up. I put the cap on here, made small marks, and took an X-Acto knife and cut out and slid the cap over. Once I had the cap basically where I wanted it with the height clearance off the quadrant, I cut a piece of 1.5-inch PVC pipe. At first I cut it a little bit long because I didn't know exactly how long I wanted it. You kind of had to play with it a bit, but I got it I've got it down to about this level, and I find that when I play the game, I rest my palm on here and pivot, and it gives me a point of reference. I know it's not exactly realistic in terms of the collective, and a real helicopter was a little bit longer and so forth, but it feels good for me. So that's what I've done. And you can see from Fred's video, he used this mouse, which is also available on Amazon, which I will link to. I can't remember, I think it was around 30 bucks. It could be more or less. I'll put the link there. But what this does is it allows me to, as I'm working the collective, if I go into a map mode, I can fine tune with this ball mouse. It gives me functions here for fire, secondary buttons and what have you. Works well. I opted for the wireless. I know Fred did as well, but he said he wanted the wire. I wanted the wireless because I thought it looked cleaner. I didn't want to wire down. Anyway, it's working out for me now. So again, let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit. I also took the mouse and put it in the pipe and penciled to make it fit in there a little bit better. You can see there's a cradle. I haven't painted or done anything yet for that, but wanted the mouse to sit in there a little better, so I kind of did some grinding and cutting and got it to fit in there just a little bit better. You'll see in Fred's video that he used a poster tube, which also works. I just wanted something a little more substantial. So once I had the distance here on the pipe, I got some expandable foam, which you can also get at the hardware store, before I put the mouse in, and I sprayed it. I got the 2 posts in there centered as I could, and I inserted spray foam and let that dry overnight. When you come back, basically you're going to have it spooge out, and you just took a sharp knife and cut out the foam and then stick the mouse in. So the mouse fit pretty well, but obviously it wasn't going to stay from regular moving. So I took some clear silicone caulk and squirted it in there and stuck the mouse in. It's in there very well now, but if I ever decide I need to take this out or change it, the silicone will allow me to pull it out, albeit not easy, but it's in there. It's not going anywhere. So this particular one has a battery door as opposed to the USB option, which is obviously powered by USB. So I still have access to the battery door in this configuration should I run out of batteries or need to replace them in the future. So again, I did not want to mount this to the arm of my chair because I prefer to have my chair be able to, you know, pivot around and not be hamstrung by this collective on the chair. So I opted to make a stand out of scrap wood. Excuse my toes there. All I used was just scrap wood I had laying around the house. You can see there's a 4x4 vertical post, and I just used some more 4x4s and 2x4s and what have you I had, and cut them and angled them just to give it some weight. I was looking to have it be substantial. You know, when I was pulling up on it, I didn't want it flying around, and it's pretty good. I don't know what it weighs. If I had to guess, probably around, I don't know, 15, 20 pounds. It's not going anywhere. I also added adjustable feet, which you can't see right now. They're the kind that you drill in, and you know, they're threaded, and you can adjust for uneven floors. So this thing is pretty rock solid. You know, if your floor is not completely level, you can fine tune those just like on a stove or a washing machine. It's a little add-on, but it really helped. At first it was, you know, nothing's perfectly level, so I did have a little bit of rock, and by adjusting those feet I was able to get rid of that. So I do advise, if you're going to build a system like this, that you do look into getting the adjustable feet. It was a huge game changer for me. Okay. Also, you'll notice I put a little stand on this for the Razor. I think they call it the Targus. Anyway, I had a first generation, the Belkin one, but this one has a extra row of buttons here. And if you play Arma or any other mil-sim game like that, you'll know there are a ton of keybinds. When you're kind of nestled in this cockpit, you know, it's really, you know, immersion breaking, and just you have to reach forward out of your thing and, you know, hard on the neck to get to a keyboard. So I put a lot of those features here, so it's actually quite natural. And muscle memory wise, you're able to basically grab right to it, not even worry. You know, if I need to pull up the map, I can see, I can click the map and click it back down. All the buttons, I've currently got the weapon systems here, so I can pull up, you know, basically pull up the targeting system. I can, you know, these two buttons here zoom in and out. But it's just a neat little thing. I'm not 100% sure about this yet, you know, that's why I kind of left it. And it's really easy, you know, this is all just scrap wood. If I decide to change it in the future, I can, you know, just unscrew this shelf here and replace it, or, you know, do whatever I need to. I also built a stand for my Jurassic Microsoft Sidewinder 2 joystick. This is one of the only ones that I know of that has the force feedback. You know, it's an old stick and it works for my needs, but I really like that force feedback. And you know, without spending thousands of dollars, I don't know that you can get a HOTAS flight stick that has the force feedback today. But I'm probably going to upgrade this in the future. You know, obviously the Warthog. I would just like to have the hat functions and be able to have more stuff, more buttons for binds and stuff at my fingertips, but I'm not really interested in spending $900 for that, or the quadrant, I guess the throttle over here that I probably wouldn't use a whole lot right now. So again, I built the stand here. It's similar design, 4x4s and 2x4s, pretty substantial. It's not going anywhere, even on extreme moves. It's in there with adjustable feet as well. I wanted a small keyboard. I got this on Amazon. Pretty handy. Again, when I can take my hand off and call up stuff here on the keyboard rather than reaching forward and hurting your neck and back and what have you. I find it useful. I have some old Cougar MFDs, which you know, I had from probably 10 years ago. I don't I have got a few functions on them. I'm not really using them. I just bought a Stream Deck Elgato, and I'm trying to see where I'm going to put that currently. I don't know, but I'm thinking the Stream Deck is probably going to replace those MFDs, and I'll probably build a mount. As you can see here, I got some black pipe. It's actually available at Lowe's, and I was able to articulate it the way I want it and lock it in with set screws, Allen screws, and it worked out well. So I used low profile Velcro tape, double-sided tape, to secure this and the flight stick here. The collective I have screwed. Now you'll see, I don't know if it might be kind of difficult to see, but the Cytec does offer a clamp-on mounting bracket, which I have screwed to the 4x4. It did require me to cut a notch out just a hair on the 4x4 for it to fit, but it seems to work. I know that some people, Fred has his collective angled this way a bit, and that fits him. This works for me. Again, I rest my hand here and I'm able to work it like so, and if I need to get to the mouse, I can as well. So that's about it. If you guys have any questions or any comments, leave them below, and the questions I'll try to get back to you. I'll probably take some more video once I get it set up again. Thanks for watching.